every lead that comes to my system, and I think differently than 99.9% of these people on this audience, and I teach my team to think differently as well. So take something from this. And I think if someone starts with PPC, they ruin their fucking team.
Spoiled.
They couldn't compete.
Oh, if I gave my guys cold calling leads, they quit.
They'd fucking walk out the door. You spoiled the team. I pull the zip code. I pull how much equity. I pull the year built. I know all this shit about every single lead that comes in. More importantly, I know that lead gets put through the ringer every fucking month. And if they answered my cold call company, they answered 50 other cold call companies.
Mm-hmm.
I know that. These leads can't help but to pick the phone up and answer questions all day about their house. They're lottery players, right? They can't go into a gas station without buying a fucking lottery ticket.
Mm-hmm.
When a spam number calls, they can't help but to pick it up.
That's right.
They cannot help themselves.
Mm-hmm.
I want to talk to that person because if they're willing to spend 3 to 5 minutes with somebody in Pakistan, Egypt, Costa Rica, where all these cold call companies are at, if they're willing to spend 3 to 5 minutes with that person, I don't need any more motivation other than I know they take those calls every day. They're hearing a ton of fucking numbers all over the place. You don't go through that without wanting to sell your house.
Mm-hmm.
I will put them through a process they've just never heard before. Like if they go, you're the 9th person that's called me this week and don't click me,
Right.
they can't hang up. And I'm like, oh, it's go time, baby. So, Nick, you only do PPC.
That's it.
Okay. And magician at PPC, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Like the dude, when I say the dude knows what he's doing with PPC, top of the top, 1% of guys in the industry, if not the guy. Well, one, he doesn't outsource it. He doesn't outsource it, and he teaches other people how to do it.
Correct.
Right? So he's PPC. Let's talk PPC versus cold calling.
PPC versus cold calling.
Now,
Let's go.
All right. Why do you prefer PPC?
All right, let's take a look at PPC versus cold calling.
Let's go.
All right. PPC, on average, it takes you, let's say, 15 leads to get a contract.
PPC?
Correct.
Okay.
How many leads did it take you on cold calling?
28 to 32.
28 to 32.
Yeah.
What's your cost per lead?
Cost per lead is $49.
$49, similar to PPC.
Yeah, let's go, baby.
Okay.
Where are we going with it? Let's go.
All right. So how long, from the time you generate a cold calling lead, on average, how long does it take to get that lead under contract?
Under contract?
Just average your entire database.
I know. It's so on average, it's probably 15 to 16.
15 to 16 days. That's the best. We're talking to Eric Cline here. We're talking to the GOAT. So,
dude, if I literally showed you 45 contracts in a month, we would have 20 of those 9 days or less.
Killer.
And here, but that's not normal for people though.
Most people, it's like 6 months.
Right. Not it's not. If we generated and this is real data, FYI. These are not results most people are going to get. When a lead comes into my system though, like I have so I put a lead through 10 days of hell, which I know the first 9 days are the most crucial part, or even with PPC.
Yeah.
Like it's probably
Same
your
deal.
first 7 days.
Yep.
And then the lead pretty much falls off.
Pretty much.
So in any leads that were generated in a month, if we were to get 30 contracts from that, I bet you 50% of those lead or contracts, Nick, come in 10 days or less. Just off the system that we have.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Now, other people out there that aren't getting, it doesn't trigger an SMS right away. They don't have multiple acquisition managers calling it. They're not going to get those results.
Yeah, which is important why you have a coach like Eric to teach you how to do that. Because most people in this industry are 6 months.
Yeah, I agree.
Following up with a cold calling lead.
100%. Now, keep going. What is yours?
Okay. So ours 3 days. For PPC.
So ours is 5 times longer.
5 times longer of a sales cycle.
Yes.
And when you look at that, it's all about your cash conversion cycle.
I agree.
From the time you put $1 in the business, how quickly can I get it back to reinvest it back in?
So from contract to close, what's yours?
Contract to close, it's 42 days.
Okay. So we're 65.
So
So
rest my case.
Hold on. No.
I rest my
Bullshit.
case.
Bullshit. All right. You're getting money 23 days quicker.
I'm getting money 23 days
23 days quicker. What is your ROI or ROAS, whatever you want to call it,
Yep.
on your ad spend?
About 5.
Okay. 8 to 10. Huh?
But cash
Hold on.
conversion cycle.
All right.
So do you want your money? You want a fast nickel or you want a slow dime? Is the question.
All right. But in my eye, I do people. Actually, we did PPC. We don't do it anymore. And it's not that I'm against it at all. I love PPC. We're actually testing Facebook right now with Courtney Scott, and it's going well. But for us, once the deals are flowing, I don't give a fuck if I got to wait 22 more days. If I can get another, you're getting 5X. I've always stayed at an 8 to a 10X return. If I can double my return on that fucking lead all day long, I'm going to do it.
Fair battle. Fair battle.
And another thing, this is why I like it. So I know you're very targeted with your people.
Correct.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you go statewide or are you super targeted?
I do both. I have statewide campaigns. I've got campaigns that do radius. I got campaigns that are county level.
What's the benefit of going statewide versus targeted for someone that's just getting, because dude, they're going to go hire somebody and they're going to tell them they're going to tell a newbie what they think is best on how they should run their ads. And sometimes it's not the best advice.
Yeah. So like I told you guys earlier in the podcast, the more broad you go with your targeting, the cheaper cost per lead you're going to get. So if you do nationwide, you're going to have the cheapest cost.
Or statewide is still
Statewide
cheaper?
is going to be cheaper. The more niche down you get,
right,
the higher your cost per click is going to be, and in turn, the higher your cost per lead is going to be.
Got it. And then if you're targeted, you're going to be higher. What's a good in a market like what's a good market?
Buffalo,
New York.
Yeah.
No shit.
Love it up there. Northeast is on fire right now.
Really?
Oh yeah.
What are some of your hottest markets?
Northeast is on fire right now. So the whole, basically New Jersey, New York,
Really?
Connecticut, Massachusetts. Believe it or not, even like certain pockets in like Chicago's hot where you're from right now.
Oh shit.
Even like Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Chicago?
Oh yeah.
How do you get around the thing where it's I've never done a deal there.
We've done hundreds and hundreds of deals in Chicago, even after the wholesaling laws came into effect.
So what do you do? Just because to do them?
So the only way that you're going to get in trouble is if somebody goes and tells on you to the board of realtors.
Other than that, you can do deals.
Correct.
Yeah. Take your risk.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. So this is why I like cold calling versus paid ads. Is I know every lead that comes to my system. And I think differently than 99.9% of these people on this audience. And I teach my team to think differently as well. So take something from this. So every time I get a lead from a cold call company, and I think if someone starts with PPC, they ruin their fucking team.
Spoiled.
They're spoiled. They couldn't compete.
Oh, if I gave my guys cold calling leads, I quit.
They'd fucking walk out the door, right? Yeah, you spoiled the team. So why I like it is I pull the zip code. I pull how much equity. I pull the year built. I know it's not in it. Like, I know all this shit about every single lead that comes in. More importantly, I know that lead gets put through the ringer every fucking month. And if they answered my cold call company, they answered 50 other cold call companies.
Mm-hmm.
I know that. These leads can't help but to pick the phone up and answer questions all day about their house. They're lottery players.
Mm-hmm.
They scratch lottery all day long.
Right.
Right? They can't go into a gas station without buying a fucking lottery ticket.
Mm-hmm.
And they can't, when a spam number calls, they can't help but to pick it up.
That's right.
They cannot help themselves.
Mm-hmm.
I want to talk to that person because if they're willing to spend 3 to 5 minutes with somebody in Pakistan, Egypt, Costa Rica, where all these cold call companies are at, if they're willing to spend 3 to 5 minutes with that person, I don't need any more motivation other than I know they take those calls every day. They're hearing a ton of fucking numbers all over the place. You don't go through that without wanting to sell your house.
Mm-hmm.
And I will put them through a process they've just never heard before. You know what I mean? Like my sales process, they'll be like, oh shit, this is different. He's putting me on hold. He's saying, I guess my property qualifies. It's like, holy shit. Out of all these calls I've taken, I've never heard someone talk like this. Maybe this guy's real. And then it's just going to come down to numbers. So do I think PPC, there's a higher level of intent from motivation? Yes, but I can also argue the fact, dude, for these people to take to someone that owns 1 or 2 or 3 rental properties, how many fucking phone calls do they really get? They're taking them all day long. So I don't know, man. I don't even know if it's a more of a not quality. I don't even know if it's in higher intent, because everybody that makes it to my CRM from a cold call company, they've been beat to shit in a very good way in my. I love it when someone says, or they get a call and that homeowner goes, you're the 9th call I've had this week. And they didn't hang up on me. Like if they go, you're the 9th person that's called me this week and don't click me.
Right.
They can't hang up. And I'm like, oh, it's go time, baby. It's fucking go time. Like if they're closable, I will close them. And I hope I train my team good enough where like any leads that's closable, we'll close them anytime, any place, anywhere. But dude, he's mastered PPC. It's his business model. He's doing $6 million, almost 6 million, 5 million, whatever it was, millions and millions of dollars. It's like, what I think is pick your lane.
Stay in it. I think everything works. Here's the deal.
Everything.
If you put enough popsicle sticks on the ground, like eventually you're going to get a lead and get a deal, right?
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
But that's the golden lesson in this is pick a lane and stay in it. If you go into, cold calling and then you jump into PPC, then next thing you're doing TV ads, like you're going to fail at them all.
Yeah. You got to give it and you got to look at, dude, the leads ain't bad. Are you good at sales?
Correct.
Dude, you can pick 5 different lead channels. And if you're not good at sales, the leads are going to suck in your eyes.
I will tell you this, okay? If Eric was training my team, then I would probably consider doing cold calling, right? But his sales and his sales training is far above anybody else in our industry.
Appreciate that.
And that's why it works.
Yes.
So you got to be cold on the phones.
Yes.
If you want cold calling to work. That's why most people, it takes them 6 months to get these deals. It takes them 60 leads to get these deals.
Yep.
It comes down to the right skills, the right mindset, the right scripts, which, that's what you do.
What I do, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Man, why the hell didn't you? I wish you would have brought that up earlier. PPC versus cold calling. That's probably what they wanted to hear, damn it, Nick.
He can edit it. He can flip it around a little bit.
But either way, there's no wrong marketing. There is not dude, I know guys, one sitting right here, crush it. He's going to build $1 million a month company off PPC.
Correct.
I know guys that crush it with mail, direct mail. I tried it. I honestly didn't like it.
Same.
Not that it doesn't work. It wasn't for me. There's guys that crush it with Facebook. There's guys that crush it with cold calling. There's, I don't know, bandit size is a thing anymore. People still door knock.
TV ads, everything.
TV ads, radio ads. It's like, but if you suck at sales, the leads are always going to suck. No matter what marketing channel you pick, if you suck, the leads suck. So get good at sales before you start spending a bunch of money in marketing, because it's a fast way to race to the bottom. If you're gonna be spending money on marketing and you don't know how to convert leads, the leads never suck. It's always you. Just so everyone understands that, bro. I really appreciate you bringing that up, because I think in the industry, people bounce from one lead to another, and I think all channels are good. I think all lead channels are good if it works for your business model and you figure out how to convert them. One last thing you want to say to the audience?
The leads don't suck, you suck.
That's it.
That's all I got.
All right. Hey, until next time, y'all, refuse to lose. Hey, what's going on? I want to congratulate you for making it to the end. What does that mean? You're in the 1% club. No one else stuck around. You did. What I want you to do is subscribe. More importantly, comment below. That way I know exactly who you are and we can get to know one another. Every single week, by you turning your notifications on, you're not gonna miss the sales training that's gonna keep you in this 1% club. Comment below, subscribe. I'm gonna see you in the next video. Let's continue to refuse to lose.